What's up, everybody? It's your boy Bassman here, and I'm here for another bass review. So in this episode, it's a recent film I got to see yesterday, and it was Toy Story 4. Now, in my previous video, I rate the three previous films from the Toy Story franchise to see which one was better, and like I mentioned from that video, it's actually Toy Story 2 first. Second place is Toy Story 3, and then the third will be Toy Story, the first movie. If you guys are wondering why I listed, you can watch my previous video if you're interested in hearing my opinions. But if not, then I shall explain what happened in Toy Story 4. So Toy Story 4, the story, I thought the story was going to be more complex in a way. It was focusing on how toys behave and act when they're first introduced and when they're first made, and why they needed serve as a child's plaything, a toy. Why is that their purpose? And I thought the story was going to explore that a lot, but no, it wasn't. Instead, it was mostly focused on Woody, which he's given an arc how he used to be Andy's favorite toy, but since he's with Bonnie and Bonnie doesn't play with him much as Andy does, he's not like the main toy. He's not the main toy to play with. Until Forky's introduced, which Forky has become the biggest important toy of Bonnie's life right now as she's going to kindergarten. So that's the focus point. That's the reaction to get the story going. So throughout this film, you see Woody trying to explain Forky his purpose as a toy, even though Forky doesn't really understand much of being a toy. With characters, there's always gonna be good characters in Toy Story films. Woody and Buzz, they're always the main two characters that I really enjoy. But with this film, Woody, he's given more focus, which is not a bad thing. Like I said, this is a film with his arc that he needs to end by the end of this movie, which gives out more layers to this character that, to be honest, I have never seen. Besides a little bit on Toy Story 2. He's different in Toy Story. There's a difference in Toy Story 3 to Toy Story 4, but in Toy Story 2 it's kind of the same. I feel like Woody's character is similar to how he was in Toy Story 2, where towards the end of the film he starts to question whether or not he could continue being Andy's favorite toy, being the top toy and all. And with this film, you get to see more of that with Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Tim Allen. I feel like it was he was dumbed down. He was a little bit dumbed down, but in a way, it passed off as, it could be a glaring mistake or a plot hole, but it did serve some comedic moment, which, it's not going to excuse itself for letting Buzz be dumber than his other, incarnations during the other films, but, at least he was funny, Forky, he's a really funny character as well. And the more he talks with other toys, the more he gets to understand his role as a toy, which I thought it was great. I thought he was going to be an annoying character, but he wasn't really. Christina Kendrick voices Porcelain Doll, who's a bit menace. She's being a bit meanie, but it turns out she has a heart. She's not all bad like Lotso or Stinky Pete, which in this film, I don't think there's a clear antagonist. Like, she's not a villain. She's just an antagonist. That's what I should say, not the other way around. With the other characters, like Coop Kablam, voiced by Keanu Reeves. He's funny. The Key and Peele plushie dolls, they're there, and they were way funnier than I expected. I thought they were also going to be annoying like Forky, but no, they turned out to be funny as well. Great comedic timing, like I said, from those two. Those two are great. The other characters, like Jesse and everyone else, feel like background characters. They were just around the background. You know what I mean? Like they were not really there, which that kind of saddened me a bit. Kind of waste uh, their time having them around. And there's also other characters like Bo. Bo's, you know, she's back and she's. It's been a long time since we've seen her. We haven't gotten to see her in Toy Story 4, but with this movie, you finally see her as a lost toy. But she's really like dependent. She's still the same. She's just that she understands what, as a lost toy. She rather have like fun with other kids than just focus on one, and then helping out with other toys, which is still, I feel like, still fits her character well, even though she's developed. Her characteristics has developed. Character development here and there. Studying, there's, compared to the other film, it's not that much really. You just have a carnival, a store, and a park. That's about it. Although I would not be criticizing the the setting, because in the first one it was just a backyard, and then the second one is just a yard sale, store, and a guy's hotel, and then the third one is that child's care, but whatever. Animation, it's the greatest I have ever seen. I know this is a dumb, repeated, compliment for Pixar, but their animation is fantastic. Even though there's other studios that's catching up to them, don't get me wrong, they're catching up to them. But as of now, they're still the top studio with good animation. You could really see the texture of the characters, what type of material they're made of, and and the surrounding is so breathtaking. Even though, like I said, it's small scale compared to like other Pixar films and other Toy Story films as well. With the exception of a little few issues, sometimes, seeing Buzz being much dumber than he was in the other film did bother me a bit, but not as much because of his comedic timing. With Woody, I feel like he was being a little bit more selfish, but I could see it as either him being too paranoid of being, a lost toy, or him, losing that spot of being played, you know. I feel like he was going to the evil route if he wasn't so, humbled and all that. He was going to be like a Stinky Pete kind of situation if it weren't for his characteristics already. And a little, and also the music, the score. I forgot the score. The score is fantastic. I feel like it's the, it's not the best, but it's better than the Toy Story 3 soundtrack, even though it was full of nostalgia as well, and Toy Story's soundtrack, even though that was the first movie to introduce these scores. And I'm not saying I don't like these scores because they were used as nostalgia. What I'm saying is these scores were used at the appropriate time, and there are also new scores to bring out emotion for other characters, like I mentioned, and moments where it hits you in the heart and the gut. And also with that, a little side note, a little issue I also have is, wasn't that emotional? I mean, don't get me wrong, it is an emotional film, but it was not as emotional as the film was hyping it up to be. I remember that. In the I feel like in the report that Tom Hanks cried during the filming of Toy Story 4, which watching this movie, I didn't really really get to see which scenes really made me like feel heartbroken, and also from the nostalgia songs playing. Really, I really hate nostalgia. It's torture. Anything else? The rest of the film, it's good. Some parts were rushed, like the ending. But overall, it's a good Toy Story film. But with this one, in the rating that I did yesterday on my previous video about which Toy Story film is better, I would say Toy Story 4 will be second place now. So it's gonna be Toy Story 2 on top, then Toy Story 4, then Toy Story 3, and then the first film. That's my list of Toy Story films and how which one are better than the other. So that is it. This is my base review on Toy Story 4. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe to my video and hit that notification button. If you also want to share your own opinion, comment down below. And have a good day. And I hope to see you guys next time.